Alright man, Eostrid Dream Song, new Sylvan Watchers legendary support. Would you know it? Another support for the Sylvan Watchers, and this champ is going to be obviously acquirable in the April Fragment event, April Fusion event rather. In this video we're going to break down a kit, talk about whether or not she is worth picking up, as well as gauging the community response to this champ, because people have a lot of feelings when it comes to Eostrid. Let's begin, shall we? Actually, before we begin, heading into my promo section right here, if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and get the GameLeap promo code used. Doing so will get you 100,000 silver, 10 experience brews, and a free energy refill. Why the hell would you not use it? It's just free stuff, man. There you go. And hey man, while we're at it, if you're looking to start a fresh new Raid Shadow Legends account anytime soon, make sure to do so by clicking the promo link down below at the top of the video description. Doing so will unlock you $100 worth of fresh, tasty, juicy new supplies to kickstart your new account with. We're talking 500k silver when you first begin, free epic champion in the form of Lady Atessa, as well as 5 epic skill tomes and a bunch more free supplies when you hit level 25. This is a limited time code, goddammit, so get it clicked before April 11th. Alright, so Estrid's kit is being compared a lot to good old Nekmo's kit. We'll do a little bit of a side-by-side comparison a little bit later on in the video, but right now the A1, it's an attack 1 enemy with a chance of placing a sleep debuff for 110. And if the target is under a decreased speed or weakened debuff placed by this champ, it goes up to a 100% chance of placing a sleep debuff for 110 instead when fully booked. The A2 is where things get serious, and this becomes obviously a very, very strong Hydra champ, which by the way I am desperate for on my very, very new account. The A2 is an attack all enemies on a 3-turn cooldown fully booked with a 100% chance of placing a strong decreased speed and a strong weakened debuff for a couple of turns. Also decreases enemy 10 meters by 15%. Exceptionally good stuff. And honestly, it only gets even better with the A3, and this is where the big Nekmo Eostrid comparisons are going to come in. A3's on a 4-turn cooldown, fully booked, only requiring 2 skill tomes to crank that all the way down. So hell, if you get super lucky, yeah, both skill books could go into the A3, which would be awesome. Places a strong increase speed buff and a strong increase attack buff on all allies for 3 turns. Also fills 10 meters by 15%, and then grants that all-important extra 10. Just scooting my camera out of the way for just a second. Yeah, this is already extremely powerful stuff we're talking about here, dude. Not only strong decreased speed, but also strong increased speed wrapped up on the same champ. Strong increased attack and weaken also in the same kit. She just covers a hell of a lot of bases. Really good stuff. Next up, I have the passive, and I think that this is where Nekmo might have Eostrid beaten. Whenever this champion, or an ally, to be fair, has their 10 meter increased, heals all allies based on their max HP. The percentage value of the heal is equal to half of the 10 meter increase, so a 7.5% heal for Eostrid on her tier 3. And finally, the good old speed aura, ally speed in arena battles by 28%, 2% lower than Arbiter's speed arena aura. Is she all the same still? Is she actually good enough to be a competitor to Arbiter in arena? Probably not. But hey, she'd be really good if you don't have Arbiter yet and you're a fresh new account like me. I'll definitely be using her in my arena setup. But yeah, that's only because I don't have Arbiter yet. In spite of what some people were wanting, I think that she's just an exceptionally good champ. Some people were actually hoping that would be a really weak legendary that you can easily skip, and by all means, some people are going to be skipping this champ, skipping this fusion for sure. A lot of people are kind of lacking resources after the huge amount of Armand's fusion events. I definitely think that if your account's a little bit more mature, you can probably go ahead and skip her. You've probably got champs that kind of already plug all of the holes that she sort of fills. But for me, she's a damn good one. I can see Eostrid being exceptionally potent in something like a Relentless set, cashing in on those extra 10s. It's also really crucial to note as well that the extra 10 mechanic, which is something that I just learned somewhat recently as a pretty new player, you know. But I also learned that getting the extra 10 effect off of the A3, in this case for Eostrid, I believe it does actually give you an extra chance at rolling into the Relentless set proc and getting an extra 10, you know? At least I think that's the case based on my homework. Either which way, man, I think a Relentless set is just gonna be tight on a champ like this. So the champ she's being compared to is good old Nekmo, and I think his A2 is actually just insanely similar. It's just a leech debuff instead of a weaken debuff, but the decreased speed is all the same. The attack all enemies is still the same. So very comparable right off the bat. A3 different in that while it is still an increased speed buff, it doesn't give the increased attack buff as well, but it fills the 10 meters by 30%. Instead of only 15%. Is Nekmo actually better than Eostrid? Or is Eostrid actually edging this guy out? I don't know, man. For me, at least, I feel like Eostrid and having that extra 50% attack buff wrapped into her E3. For me, at least, if I could pick between which of the two champions I could just have for free right now on my account, I'd take Eostrid over Necmo. But what the hell do I know, dude? I've been playing for like 2 months, you know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Let me know down below, man. I do also feel like Necmo's passive is just that little smidge better. Actually, a lot better than Eostrid's. Eostrid's is that passive heal that occurs on 10 meter buffs, 10 meter increase effects. Which I mean is fine, it's not bad, but Necmo's fill this champion's 10 meter by 5% each time a debuff on an enemy is removed, transferred, or expires. Yeah, holy crap, I don't know, I think that this passive blows Eostrid's out of the water, man. Mostly because it's not just, like this passive doesn't only trigger based on debuffs applied by this champion, it's debuffs applied by your entire team. So the amount of, like, proc rate on this thing, I don't know, it just feels kind of crazy as hell to me. And I feel like Necmo's, yeah, his passive is just that bit better. But hey, man, Eostrid versus Necmo, let me know what you guys think. Obviously, either would be fantastic for my account, which, just to give you an idea where my account is at right now, man, this is like by 3 level 60 guys. We got the Kill, we got the Katoon, we got the Hitatsu. I did manage to get Archer Queen, which is pretty tight. Although, yeah, my account doesn't have a single banner for barbarians just yet. That's just how far behind I am, so we gotta start somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Alright, man, so people have a lot of mixed feelings about good old Eostrid. I thought I'd just jump onto the Reddit here real quick and just check out things like the polls, the comments, what are people talking about, what are people thinking, and what are you thinking? Make sure to drop it down below, man. I went ahead and voted as a must-have on this champ in this happy little poll, as you can see. But of course it's a must-have when you only have like 2 legendaries on your entire account. Every legendary is a must-have, so it was kind of a no-brainer for me, but most people have scored it at good, which I think is fine. The top comment way down here right away kicks things off with just very good Hydra support champ, which again, super important for me, given that I have like 1 good Hydra champ in my entire account. Here we say, understatement of the day, speed up, speed down, attack up, weaken, and best of all, any 10 meter boost hero is suddenly a max HP heal passive, which is not actually true, by the way. The passive effect that Eostrid has that heals champs based on 10 meter buff. It's not exactly true just because, as somebody mentions down below here, the passive does have that 110 cooldown, so you can't be triggering the crap out of that 10 meter boost heal exactly. Again, I still do feel like Necmo's passive is much better than Eostrid's. Joseph down here actually just says basically an A tier version of Necmo instead of S. Fair enough, he actually rates Necmo slightly above Eostrid. And then we got Aladdin here, I think echoing the thoughts of a lot of the community at this stage. God damn it, I was hoping it was crap so I could level champs and do some Minotaur. At least, at the very least, I'm probably going to have as the soul if it's a long event. Yeah, and people also agreeing with that. This seems to be a little bit... We seem to be in a mega event rush phase of Raid right now, and this is something that people have already been talking about before the Armand's event, saying, wow, bro, there's just so many events to keep up with now, and blah, 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 blah. And things have just gone into giga overdrive with Armand's. It's been such a long sequence of events, so they just never stop. The shard openings in particular are really rough to keep up with, especially with someone like me, who has an account that's literally 50 days old. Which is why, by the way, like, 2 days into the Armand's event, I was like, you know what? I thought about it a little bit. I gave myself like 24 hours after the event started to sort of make my mind up. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit this thing out. Screw it. I'm not even going to try and grab Armand's on my new account. I just don't have the resources in place to do it. Which, yeah, that's another understatement of the year. But hey, man, it means for the past week at least, I've just got to level my champs a little bit. Do a little bit of Minotaur on my main champion dungeon team and just get them masteried up a little bit, you know? I can imagine if you invested like a lot of resources into the Armand's event, you might be heading a little bit going into this one. I don't know, man. What do you guys think about the event cadence right now in Raid? Mr. Southport TN says, oh, shocking, another support for the Sylvan Watchers. How about some effing damage? Yeah, a few people pointed that out, actually, talking about how Sylvan Watchers seem to be getting overloaded with support and just, well, supporting style legendaries. There's another one, actually, half of the Sylvan Watchers are support champions. That is all, period, you know. Puddy Muppy says, why is there a few salty boys downvoting every comment? We wanted a bad ones who could play catch up on our champions and restock, goddammit. To be fair, the same guy, Mr. Puddy, also comments here as well, top tier for Hydra. She is a Necmo replacement in this guy's view. She probably has some arena use as well. Won't be skipping this one. Ooh, dude, that makes me excited as hell, man, as a new player, dude, because I'm getting ready for this event. I'm going to do my best to nail this fusion and get this gal and get Eostrid in my lineup. And it's really, really cool to know that she might actually be like kicking someone out of a Hydra team and I might be able to get her for free, you know? I'm not sure I agree with the whole arena use thing. As far as I understand, like, speed is king, and so Arbiter will be just fine in retaining her position. Even just that 2% speed aura advantage will probably be enough to keep Arbiter in her spot, unless I'm wrong, which I might be. Do let me know down below if that is the case, if I am completely mistaken and maybe she is going to rival Arbiter in arena, because yeah, as much as I'm trying to learn about the game, there's just a lot of facets of the game to learn, man. PvP, arena, all that stuff is not one of the spots that I've become well versed in at all. So hey man, that is Eostrid Dreamsong. What do y'all think? Is she worth pursuing? Are you going to be pushing this fusion event to try and get your hands on Eostrid? That is about going to be all from me. I'm going to be looking forward to reading the comments in this one. See what you guys think of this sweet new Lego. Make sure, if you haven't already, get the Game Leap promo code used. Cash in on that free energy. Get some XP brews ready to roll. It's free, so why the hell would you not? Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you also did enjoy this one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will catch all of y'all just a tad bit later, man.